And also it's in there to... What up guys, welcome back to Run4Adventure. I'm Lloyd Purvis, your host. If you've never come across the channel before, we're obviously a running related YouTube channel. We do lots of great kit reviews, shoe reviews. We also produce short race day videos and we make the odd occasional short inspirational running film. Welcome to the channel. We are back with another kit review today, in fact a shoe review, and it's a really exciting review today because it's a new brand to the channel and we love that at Run4Adventure. We're reviewing a new neutral road running shoe from the brand 361 Degrees, the Meraki 3. So just to put it out there guys, we were fortunate enough to get given this shoe to review by 361 Degrees, which we really appreciate. This is not a sponsored video. We are not paid to say great things about this shoe. We've got a shoe to review and we're just going to give our humble, honest opinion like we always do at Run4Adventure. If you stick around and watch the whole review, you'll see what I'm talking about. The Meraki 3 is a neutral road running shoe like we said before. It retails in the UK at £120. Weight wise, men's shoe comes in at 290 grams, women's at 245. It runs on a 9mm offset and we've got 25.2 on the heel and 16.2 on the forefoot. As far as the sizing of the shoe, I'm a 9.5, this is a 9.5, fits like a glove, so true to size. That is a few facts and figures about the shoe, but let's get stuck into a bit more detail about the construction of this new neutral road running shoe from 361 Degrees. First thing to talk about will be the upper construction. So the Meraki 3 comes with 361 Degrees More Fit upper, which is basically designed to give you a very soft internal making of the shoe, to give you a very secure midfoot hold around that foot, but also to really feel locked in the heel cup so that rear of the foot feels really supported. The upper of the shoe also includes 361 Degrees pressure-free tongue, which is designed to give you a really comfortable fit, but also to try and help with irritation through flexation. One of the big updates on the Meraki 3 from previous models of the shoe is it now comes with an Ortholite insole. That insole is made of 30% recycled material, which is great, well done 361 Degrees, but it's still going to retain the performance fit and a comfortable feel. The Meraki 3 still has the quick spine from 361 Degree through the shank of that shoe, so that's basically a fiberglass plate that is layered into that midsole and it's in there for stability and rigidity through the midfoot of the running shoe. The shoe also comes with the quick flex forefoot, which is designed to give you a natural and balanced toe off, but also to try and improve ground contact for a better acceleration. The shoe comes with a quick foam midsole, which is basically a midsole material comprised of an EVA rubber with a PU coating, which is in there to give you a durable, comfortable and a responsive ride. Also when it comes to the upper features on the Meraki 3, in this particular version, 361 Degrees have cut back on the overlays. Also the upper is very seamless in construction, trying to give you a sleeker and more comfortable ride. That is a few details about the features and the changes to this new Meraki 3 from 361 Degrees. We have run about 40 to 50 miles in the shoe. We've done some longer recovery runs and we've done some quicker tempo runs in it. So we've put the shoe through its paces. So let's get stuck into the things we've liked and maybe the things we've disliked about the Meraki 3. Let's talk about the things that we've liked about the shoe first. The first thing we must talk about is the upper and the feel and the comfort of the upper. When I first put the shoe on out of the box, I wasn't too sure about the feel of the shoe and the fit of the shoe. Once I got out running in it, it completely changed. So this more fit construction, it really does do what 361 Degrees say it does. It's very supportive. You feel very fitted around that midfoot. And when it comes to the heel cup and the heel cradle of the shoe, you feel super dialed in, really supported by that heel. And when it comes to that tongue construction, again, another thing I wasn't sure of when I first put it on. Once I got running in the shoe, that tongue construction is super comfortable around the midfoot. So this is a really comfortable and supportive upper. Another thing we liked, and a big improvement to the Meraki 3, is the insole. You know, teaming up with Ortholite. If you have a look at this insole, if I can get it out, this is a really well put together insole. I know it's only an insole, but some of the insoles you get in shoes just aren't worth being in there. This is well structured, well shaped, and it is really soft and really plush underfoot. So it gives you a really nice sort of top sole feel under your foot when you're running. So very comfortable and a really good added feature to the shoe. Okay guys, that is the things that we have liked when it comes to the Meraki 3. Unfortunately, there has been a few things that we've not liked, a few things that we haven't agreed with, and to be frank, a few things that we felt slightly let down with when it comes to this new shoe from 361 Degrees. First things we've got to talk about when it comes to the Meraki 3 and the dislikes is the comfort and the ride of the shoe. When I first put it on in home, I was very unsure about the shoe and the feel underfoot. Actually, when I first went and ran it, I was really pleasantly surprised. And I came back going, oh, I've got to take it all back. This is actually a really comfortable shoe and it felt great out there running. Unfortunately, that was short-lived. After another 2 or 3 runs in the shoe, that initial plushness and comfort and spring of that midsole actually went flat pretty quick. I think a lot of that comes from the Ortholite insole. The insole is very soft and very plush, but it is only a very thin insole. The midsole construction is quite firm and not that responsive, to be fair. So once that insole's been bedded in, the shoe did start to run flat pretty quickly, only after about 20 or 30 miles. Next on the list when it comes to things that maybe we didn't really get on with was the quick forefoot flex and this quick spine through the midfoot. What I found was, when I was going out just on a steady plod recovery run, taking it nice and easy, slow pace, the shoe felt pretty comfortable. The upper's comfortable, you're locked into that heel, and the midsole's okay. As soon as I tried to do any sort of tempo work, speed work, the shoe just didn't react. It's not actually that flexible through the forefoot, even though if you read all their gumph on the 361 Degree website, it's designed to give you quick toe off for acceleration and feel really responsive. It didn't feel responsive. It felt very stiff in the forefoot. Because of that carbon fiberglass plate through the midfoot, it felt very stiff through the midfoot. So what you're left with is, you know, quite a sluggish, quite a heavy, quite a stiff, unresponsive shoe. And last but definitely not least, when it comes to dislikes, this is a real bugbear for me. It's something that should never happen in running shoes. It drives me crazy, and I can't believe that shoes are made and that this is allowed to happen in a running shoe and it gets through production and this is allowed to come to marketplace. It is these little grooves in the midsole, so these little holes here that expose this nice carbon fiberglass shank. Yeah, great, it shows that shank in the shoe, but what it also does is it's a great little cavity for stones to get stuck in. Every time I ran this shoe, and I'm running on the roads, I'm not on the trail in it, just roads. Every time I ran it, I got a stone stuck in one of these holes. So I'm running along and the shoes, it reminded me of when I was at like middle school and it was really cool to have little metal blakies on the heels of your shoes. Yep, I know that's showing my age, but that's what it reminded me of. So every run I did in the shoe, I'm either having to scrape my foot along the floor or stop to pick these stones out of the midsole. Come on guys, that should never happen in a running shoe. That's a few things that we've liked about the shoe, and unfortunately quite a lot of things that we have disliked about this shoe too. But we always like to score product at Run4Adventure, so let's get some scores on the doors when it comes to the new Meraki 3. First thing always to score at Run4Adventure is price. This shoe retails at £120. Normally on the channel we'd say that's a pretty fair price in today's market. But when the shoe comes in at £120, it's kind of pitching itself against a Nike Pegasus, a Brooks Ghost, a Hoka Clifton, a lot of the new Adidas shoes coming out and the New Balance shoes that show a lot of innovation. You know, they show a lot of innovation, the technology's there, new compounds, new materials. Unfortunately, you don't really get it in this shoe. You know, it feels quite dated. It looks quite dated. I actually felt like I was running back in a shoe that I had like 6 or 7 years ago. You know, they haven't moved on with the technologies in this shoe, yet they still want to charge modern day shoe price is £120. I don't think that's particularly fair. So on price at Run4Adventure, the Meraki 3 is going to score an average 6 out of 10. Number 2 on the list at Run4Adventure is always comfort and performance. Where do I start with comfort and performance on this shoe? I'm trying to think of some positives. The first thing I must say is, to be fair to it, the fit of the upper, the midfoot, that Morphil fit, it does work. It fits the foot shape very well, or it fitted my foot shape very well. I felt very supported, very locked into the midfoot. The heel, again, really well cradled in that heel, very secure in the rear end of the shoe. Unfortunately, that's where the positives stop when it comes to comfort and performance. Like I said, the first run, it felt quite soft, quite plush, but that went away very quick. 15, 20 miles into the shoe went pretty flat underfoot. It's very stiff, it's quite heavy, it's quite clunky. There's not a lot of flex in that forefoot, even though they'll tell you there is. So when it comes to performance, on a slow, steady bimble, it was okay. You know, it was nothing to write home about, but it was comfortable. But any speed work, any pace work, the shoe was just too flat, too stiff, and really unresponsive. So when it comes to comfort and performance, unfortunately the shoe will only score another 6 out of 10. Next up on the list is durability, and the shoe looks to be holding up pretty well. You know, we've done 40 or 50 miles in the shoe. You'd always expect a shoe to look pretty good after that. There's no signs of early fatigue or wear on the upper. The outsole looks really good, no signs of wear at all, and this rubber compound was pretty good out there on the road. Ran it in lots of wet conditions, it was pretty sticky, I felt really grippy on the road surface. So the shoe is holding up pretty good. It probably would have scored a bit more on durability if it hadn't have lost that soft plush top sole feel that it lost pretty quick in the shoe after only running 15 or 20 miles. So for durability, the Meraki 3 is going to score a 7 out of 10. Wrapping up the scoring at Run4Adventure is always looks. This is a super subjective thing. It's personal, it's how I felt about the shoe. But come on guys, you've all got to agree with me on this one. This isn't a great looking shoe. You know, it looks like a shoe that you would be running in the 1990s. You know, it's so old and dated looking. I've got to be honest, it looks like I've been down Sports Direct and just bought a generic trainer for $29.99. For the price point, you expect a shoe to look more modern, more sleek, you know, more cutting edge. This is one super dated looking running shoe, and because of that, it can't score high at Run4Adventure for looks. So the Meraki 3 is going to score a pretty sad 4 out of 10. That is all the scoring done at Run4Adventure for the Meraki 3, so let's give you a quick conclusion. At Run4Adventure, we always want to be super positive when it comes to reviews, and we tend to, you know, pick product that we think we might like and might enjoy to run in, so we can give a positive feedback about that piece of running kit. Unfortunately, we haven't done it today with the Meraki 3, and I feel a little bit disappointed by the brand, to be honest. When you go on the website and you read all the information about the shoe, how it's innovative, it's responsive, it's quick, it's designed to run quick and comfortable with lots of comfortable mileage, the shoe doesn't live up to that at all. You know, I've been really disappointed in the performance of the shoe. Flat, heavy, stiff. Yes, the upper and the fit was okay, but in today's world where shoe technology is moving quick, we're probably in the period of the most innovation in running shoes at this moment in time, with the work that Nike, Hoka, New Balance, Adidas, Saucony, you know, some of the new Saucony shoes, awesome, the technology is great. This is letting us down. It hasn't moved on, you know, since it first went into production. This is pretty much the same shoe. Not a lot has changed over them years. When you're charging £120 for a running shoe, you want to get some innovation. You know, this shoe, when it comes to tech, is prehistoric. You know, I'd call it a Trainosaurus, to be quite frank. It's real old school technology. So if you're in the market for a neutral training shoe that's going to give you lots of comfortable mileage, it's going to cross over to a bit of speed work, a bit of interval work, tempo work, I personally think there is some much better neutral shoes in the marketplace at the moment. I know it's personal, it's just my opinion on the shoe. I feel a bit let down by this shoe. You might try it on and run in it, it might be the best thing you've ever run in. So when it comes to scoring, when we round all them scores up, unfortunately, the Meraki 3 is going to come in with a bit of a disappointing 23 out of 40. With the conclusion done, guys, that is a wrap when it comes to the review on the Meraki 3. Hopefully our next shoe review at Run4Adventure will be a bit more positive. Really hope you've enjoyed the review, guys, and you found it helpful and informative. We have left a link in the description for 361 Degrees, the running brand. If you want to find out any more about them, please click that link. Don't forget to hit that like button if you did enjoy the video. It really helps the channel grow. And subscribe. Come and join the Run4Adventure family. Don't forget, if you do subscribe, hit that bell notification. Really important. Once you've hit that bell, you'll be notified when we upload any new content to the channel. Comments, guys. Have you run in the Meraki 3? Do you totally disagree with what we've said and the negative comments we've made about the shoe? Are you running in the shoe? Have you always run in the shoe? Do you love the shoe? Get them comments down below. Also, while we're here, guys, don't forget to follow us on our other social media platforms, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, or Strava. And just before we go, just so I'll give you a quick update on Manchester Marathon and my dodgy calf situation. If you've been following the channel, you'll know I tore my calf a few weeks ago, and with the build up to Manchester, it wasn't looking great. Unfortunately, we've come to the sad conclusion that we've deferred Manchester until next year. With the weeks I've missed on training, and to be fair, the calf still isn't feeling quite right, even though I've had treatment and it's a lot better. I'm just not in the position to push hard over that distance and try and hit them goal times that I wanted to achieve for the marathon. So next year, Manchester, we might do another marathon later on, maybe an autumn marathon somewhere to try and hit that goal PB time. We'll keep you posted on that one. But as always, at Run4Adventure, thanks for watching, stay safe, keep on running.